Alright guys, I got a truck a few months ago, and I previously had a Peragon HDX just like this on my other F-150, and I liked it, and there's some downsides and upsides to it, but the upsides are that I like the way that it just works. Alright, it's locked by the tailgate, so there's no key. You just use these little things right here and you press them in on this side. You've probably seen this on other YouTube videos. You press it in on this side and then that goes down and you can push this in. It'll fold up. I'm sure you've seen it a million times. There's lots of videos on these covers. But everyone always asks how waterproof they are. So it's been raining all day and I got this truck washed, right? So are these bed covers 100% waterproof? No, they're not. They're not 100% waterproof, but I don't buy them because they're 100% waterproof. With that said, they're pretty goddamn waterproof, all right? Like you'll get little bits of water here and here. What I notice is that if you get the tailgate seal like I got, you actually install it the way they tell you to install it, it won't leak as much. Now, there will be little bits of water that get in here, right? Mind you, I washed my truck today. I took it to a power wash. I took it to like a wash stall and had it automatically washed. So there will be little bits of water that get in here. It'll leak a little bit from these gaskets up in this corner. During heavy rain, you'll see a drip that'll come down. It's the same thing on my other one, all right? You'll get them on this side too, just depending on how the truck is sitting. So mine's tilted this way, so water will come down here, and then it'll get a little bit in here, and then a little bit of water will drip down here, right? Or wherever. But it's not much, right? So it's mostly dry. I mean, you can see, look, it's mostly dry. You get little puddles of water. All right. Now, it's not the most waterproof cover in the world, but it looks pretty cool. It's a cool cover. It locks with your actual tailgate. And it's solid, right? It's solid. It's not, you're not just going to break into it. So that's why I buy them. Now, Peragon has a new cover out. It's called the Peragon Tectonic. And I wanted that one over this one because I thought it was even cooler than this one. But Peragon, the company, their ship date was like 2 months out. And I'm like, I can't go 2 months without a cover. So I got the HDX because they could ship it in a few days. So yeah, I wanted the Tectonic, but couldn't get the Tectonic because I didn't want to wait so long to get it. Didn't even reach out to them. I just in my mind, I'm like, I'm not a big YouTuber or anything. I was just like, let me post another video about the Peragon. I like the Peragon. It's a great cover. The thing that I like about it is it's actually, if you have an F-150, every Peragon truck is slightly different. But with the F-150, it's very easy to install. All right. I installed this entire cover in probably 45 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. It goes into these box links right here. So if you have the box link system, which if you have an F-150, you have a box link system. It might not be tapped out, but they give you screws that'll zip right in because it's the holes, the screws that they give you are self-tapping. So they'll just zip right into the holes. So they're already pre-drilled. Like they're not, if you already have them and they're pre-drilled, they'll go in. You don't need to zip them in, but with the screws they give you anyways, you just take a gun and zip them in. It's really easy. It probably takes 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. It took me like 45 minutes. And the hardest part about the whole install, right? The hardest part about the whole install is once you get all this stuff in, you have to make sure that this is level. You have to pull it in and out. You gotta like push the cover in, then you have to pull the cover out. And then you have to adjust. There is a bolt, right, I'm gonna show you right here on each side. See if I can show you. See that bolt or that nut? It goes up in there and it goes to this track right here. You put the actual bolt through there, and then you hit it with the nut, and you have to, and that goes up and down, and then you tighten it, right? And you also have to level it with these right here. There's a little bit of play, so you push it up, push it down. You got to get it level. That's the hardest part. Doesn't take that long. All things considered, I've always liked this cover. I had my other one for 5 years. Never really broke. It was great. Well, let me think. No, I had one problem with my last cover, but it wasn't a big deal. So, let me see here if I can show you. Let me zoom in. So right up here, you see that little, it's like that little piece of metal. It's in the top right corner right now on the screen. So you have the long triangle and then the little piece that sticks out. That little triangle that you see right there, it bent outward one time when I was hauling wood. And my cover didn't close all the way, or it wasn't closing correctly. That's like a guide piece for when this thing goes in and out. So since I had bent that right there, it took me, I was wondering, I was like, what the hell's going on? Why is this thing not pulling out? It wasn't pulling out. So I had to come out here and like bend that triangle piece in the top right corner back into place. But I did it myself. It wasn't like, it had just malfunctioned. I hit it with a piece of sapele hardwood and bent the shit out of it. So that was all me. Wasn't on Peragon. Otherwise, it was a great cover, and this one's been great too. So yeah, everyone says how much water does it keep out? It's not 100% waterproof. It does a pretty dang good job though, right? It's not perfect, just does pretty good. Anyways, if you have any questions, you can ask. But there's 1,000 YouTube videos on these things. I just haven't seen that many videos about waterproofing from like not a big YouTuber. And it's been raining all day, and I took it through an auto wash earlier today because I had bird shit all over it. Because for some reason where I park, the birds are used to just shitting on this thing. So I took it and washed it. But not that much water. Just a little bit. There's always been just a little bit of water. Doesn't bother me though. So, matter of fact, you know how the truck has those little rivets like this? If you put luggage in there and stuff, and you're like traveling, like I do, the water in the little like the luggage will sit on top of the rivets, or the little dip, like on top of the high points. The water will just go underneath, if there even is water. There's usually not that much. So anyways, it's raining out here. Don't really have much else to say about the cover, so I'm gonna go back inside. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye.